Hi, this is C from It's Bossy, and on today's episode of Fast 15, we are speaking to one of my favorite entrepreneurs, Steve Schuyler from JavaTwist. Now, most of you will probably know him, and if not, you are going to learn some really good things about him today. Welcome, Steve. How are you doing?
Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
I'm good. I am so good. I'm so glad that you're taking the time out to meet with me today.
Great.
And the premise of, for those of you that don't know, the premise of Fast 15 is I give you 15, well, I'm actually going to give you 10 questions. And then the last five are questions that are rapid fire questions. Okay, I'm just going to give you a scenario, black or white, and you're going to choose one. There's no need to elaborate. We're going to go through it in rapid fire. Okay, so are
Yes,
you
ma'am.
ready to get started?
I am.
Good. Okay, so I've already told everybody what your business is, JavaTwist. And I actually am drinking some JavaTwist right now, the lime brew. It is delicious. But tell everyone how you got started.
So JavaTwist started from an Arnold Palmer. If you know what an Arnold Palmer is, it's iced tea and lemonade together. And we started with I ran out of iced tea in a small coffee shop that I was running, and I tried cold brew coffee with my lemonade, and I loved it. My customers loved it. It was a great product, but it didn't exist on the ready to drink shelf. And so I'm like, well, I started making it for me, and my family started buying it. My friends started buying it. And I started this company real slow and real small. We're still small, but that's how we started. We started with the lemon brew, which is this product right here, lemonade and coffee together. And it just took off. And now we have 6 different flavors, and we have more coming, and it's just awesome. So that's what JavaTwist is. Basically cold brew coffee with fruit juice. We do have one non-coffee option, but we'll talk about that later. So anyway,
Oh,
so
you've
six,
been holding out on me. Okay.
yeah. So anyway, 6 coffee flavors or 5 coffee with fruit juice, one non-coffee because some people don't like coffee. So
Okay.
that's where we're at. JavaTwist
Okay. So what's one of your favorite aspects of being an entrepreneur?
I love the change of pace. Every day I'm doing something different, talking to customers, making product, going to sell. I mean, getting videos, the whole video stuff on Instagram, learning all that stuff. It's just been so cool. This whole process from start to finish, how to start a business, how to run a business, how to motivate yourself every day to get up and do it. Right. And
Mhm.
so nobody can take that away from me. I love it. It's probably one of the best things I know.
Okay. Now, what is your greatest inspiration?
Well, I'm a man of faith, so Jesus, my greatest inspiration is Jesus. Right above my family. My family, my wife and daughter, they are who I strive to be. They are who I strive to get better for. I want to be a little bit better every day, right? As not only as a person, not only as a business, as what I'm doing. I just every day I want to just get a little bit better, a little bit better. I'm a baby step guy. Take baby steps, take small steps, and pretty soon you'll be walking down a road. And so, from my faith perspective to my family, that's where I'm at.
And that's awesome inspiration. Awesome. So, how long have you been in business?
JavaTwist been in business. This is our 3rd year now. So
Okay.
that obviously officially been in business for 3 years. Before that, I did a lot of trial and error in my kitchen, probably at least 3 or 4 years before that, figuring recipes, trying to make sure I got everything done right, make sure that I had my ducks in a row per se. Um, in order to have this business, I have to be licensed through the state, and so that I can sell nationwide. So all that stuff had to be taken care of before I could launch. So that's where I'm at.
Okay. So, with you being in business with this particular product for the length of time, you have experienced, I'm so sure, some challenges because of the pandemic. How have you been able to survive and grow your business through the pandemic?
So I'm trying to create a brand that is supersedes, right? And so the pandemic was difficult because of just raw ingredients and also getting the word out. So I went to the platforms. People were staying at home and they were included. So I went to where they were, right? If they weren't going to come to me, I want to go to you. I want to be on every social media platform. Before the pandemic hit, I was on social media, but not very much. So I really launched heavily into Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and TikTok and these platforms, LinkedIn, and all of these platforms. I made it a concerted effort to go to them with product awareness, who I am. This is what JavaTwist is. This is what's going on. This is why you need to try this, right? And then I would take products. So farmers market, if people did come to me, last year we weren't allowed to give samples, right? You couldn't give samples out during the pandemic. Excuse me, the year before. Last year we could, but the year before we couldn't. And so at the farmers market, I literally would take a bottle. This is your sample, because
wow,
you to try it. So here's your product, JavaTwist. This is the pineapple brew, and go here, try it. And what that did for me was it able to give samples. That's the good thing. The bad thing, I had to give away a lot of free product, right, on my end. So that was a little hardship, but I always am a positive kind of dude. The glass isn't half empty, it's half full for me. So what did I learn? What did I grow from? That's what I want to take away from giving those full bottles, because what it did for me was that very first year, really, it was the first full year that I was in business, was 2020. And what it did for me was allowed me to see my customers' reaction on a face-to-face, in-person level, and I knew I had a winner.
Yes, you do. You certainly do. Now let's see here. Oh, you've answered that. So how do you generate new ideas? How do you come up with new flavors?
New flavors, a great question. Some of it's inspiration, most of it's perspiration, right? As Thomas Edison put it. It's really that Swedish chef in the kitchen on the Muppets, you know, Borky, Borky, Borky. What will work, what won't work. Initially, the lemon brew was our launch. That was the OG, right? The original flavor that came. And then, and I've said this before to other people, but most people don't realize that coffee is the seed of a fruit. Okay? So
idea.
ripe cherry, there's a seed in the coffee. The coffee cherry has the seed, and they take that seed and they dry it, and it's now your coffee, green coffee. They roast it, right? So because it's a part of a fruit, I said, well, why wouldn't it work with other fruits? So when we did the lemon, I'm like, well, I wonder what other flavors of fruit this would work with. And so I just brought fruit juice home one day from the grocery store. What, this. And initially when I was doing it originally, which I've changed from, I was actually pressing all my own fruit. I would press all my own fruit juice. I bought a press. I did all this stuff because I wanted to try it in its raw ingredient, in its raw form, to see if it would work or not. And so, I mean, I pressed pineapple juice. I pressed blueberries. I pressed strawberries. I pressed all of these fruits. Anything you could think of, I probably pressed it. And just to try it. And it was so much fun. But what it allowed me to realize very quickly was some fruits worked and some fruits didn't.
Yeah.
And so it's trial and error, right?
Trial and error.
Trial and error. And it was all in my own kitchen. Now everything's changed. I have to be in a commercial kitchen. So my process now has changed quite a bit from trial and error, because now it's more of a laboratory clinical approach. Initially it was here, but now if I'm actually going to serve it to a customer or give it to somebody, I have to be very clinical about what I do, because I don't want anybody to get sick from my product.
Right.
Be food safe. So that's why kitchen. So my lab coat on, as it were, and I go to work.
Now, I noticed by watching your videos that you are in some stores now. What is your excuse me? What is your approach, to getting into, into some of these locations?
So initially it was just, let me go to these stores that I like, and I started small, and I started, I don't want to say boutique-y, but I want to say specialty. And these stores that maybe had a niche, maybe they serve other vendors like mine or other products and artisan people that are making, jellies, or they're making salsas or this or that. So I went to those stores. And because I tried the Walmarts, I tried the big Targets, and I'm not big, I'm small, and I can't produce thousands and thousands of bottles like they would want me to anyways, right?
Right.
My perspective, it was like, okay, how do I get it in the hands of a small number of people? But now you create this little ball of fire that starts to go out from there, right? The tip of the iceberg, as it were, right? I want to create something that's really, really great, that I just start and I win you by one at a time. I win one person at a time. I try. Everybody tries it, they buy it. That's how it goes. So small stores really were the effects. So I go into the small store, meet the owner, face-to-face contact, give them samples, win them over, and then from there, they decide to bring in and pick me up, and we just keep going. That's how we're doing it.
The rest is history.
Hopefully now we're getting picked up by our first distributor, right? See, so our distributor noticed. So a distributor here in the area came to a farmer's market. They tried the product. They loved it. I went and met with them, brought them more samples, and they were like, yeah, we want to do it. So now all of Wisconsin, Chicago, and Minnesota, hopefully by the end of March, we'll have our product at any store that picks us up. So
wow. That's awesome.
Taking baby steps.
That is awesome. So let me ask you, as an entrepreneur, what would one piece of advice be that you would give to somebody else trying to start out on whatever their business is?
Well, first you got to try. Don't be afraid to fail, right? Fail means first attempt in learning. Right? So if you're learning through the process of failure, it's really your greatest tool. I can't tell you how much I failed initially. It was just trial and error. Nope, that was bad. That was bad. That was bad. But this is really good. So, and then if you focus and focus, FOCUS is follow one course until you're successful. Stay on the path. If you have the passion for it, if you have a drive for it, you're going to fail, but stay focused on the task that you're going to, because it's passion. And when I do all my JavaTwist stuff now, I don't look at it as working. I'm having fun. I love it. It's a passion. It's a drive. It's totally a different feel than my normal 40-hour work week, because I still work 40 hours.
Okay.
So, but my 40-hour work week is totally different JavaTwist, because I would work 80 hours in JavaTwist and not get a job. You know what I'm saying, right?
So that's what your end goal is. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. So how many hours in a day, or if it's longer, how long does it take for you to do a batch from start to finish? How long does it take?
A good question. Part of the process is cold brew. The cold brew process sits for 12 hours. So what I do initially, let's say I'm going to brew, today is Tuesday. Let's say I'm going to brew tomorrow morning on Wednesday, right? I have to go in tonight to my commercial kitchen, and I put my cold brew in at, let's say, 6 o'clock tonight. 6 o'clock tomorrow morning now, my coffee is ready to go. It's ready to be extracted, and I can use it, because it takes 12 hours to extract cold brew the way I do it. Then I'm ready to process and bottle my stuff. And you've seen my videos, you know how I bottle. But usually when I'm bottling right now, because I'm doing everything by hand, it takes about 4 hours to do 6 to 7 cases worth of product. Okay. And then after that, once I've done that, once it's bottled, then I take it home and I label it. And I put all the labels on. So I'm just basically sitting in my living room watching TV while I'm labeling. I'm just label. I mean, it's like, it is what it is.
Getting her done.
Get it done. You got to do it sometime, because I pay for every hour I spend in my kitchen. Otherwise, I would do it in the kitchen. Don't have to label in the kitchen. When we start to scale and grow, we'll have a labeler. We'll do it right then and there. So it'll be as a part of my process. When we do scale up, we'll do it all right away. Everybody else does it that way. They do it all right in the kitchen. And at some point we will too. We're just not there. I'm still labeling everything by hand. So that's when you get one of my bottles and the label's a little crooked. That's me putting it on. I don't know.
This label is perfect. It's not crooked at all.
Well, this one, if I looked at, because I do so many, it's
so you can probably tell right away. Yeah. No, it's all good over here.
I'm glad to hear.
Yep. So let's see here. Let me give you another. Let me pull, because we are at 7. So if you were to write a book about yourself, what would you name it? That's not a question, but anyway. Oh no, it is. Yeah.
Boy, I don't know.
How Steve does the twist. How Steve does the JavaTwist. The JavaTwist is. If I see a book come up with any of those titles, I need a kickback.
That's right. Faith, family, coffee. I mean, connections. There's all sorts of different things. Probably a lot of people just call me the coffee guy. The Java guy. I mean, for 20 years I was a barista, and so part-time barista, and that's kind of I love it. It's coffee. It's connection with people. Probably, if I had to pin me down, I would say connection with coffee. I love connecting with a cup of coffee with somebody like yourself. And obviously JavaTwist is my avenue right now to do that. But I love connecting with others through my drink. Their reactions to my drink, they drink it and it's like, wow, well, that's a connection for me. That's right. You are now connected to me via my drink, but we may have never met. You try my drink and you're instantly like, this is awesome. I love it. Well, now I have an avenue to meet you and to know who you are. It's a connection over coffee. That's what I would say.
There you go. So what habits help make you successful?
Ooh, great question. Get up every morning early, right? 5:30 in the morning. I still get up 5:30 in the morning. I go to bed probably every night at the same time, 10:30. I'm in bed. I sleep. I have sleep apnea, so I'm on a sleep machine. So routine for me at night, getting into the pattern of good sleep is really, really important. I can't overstress how important sleep is. And yeah, I love coffee. Don't get me wrong, right? We're fueled on coffee, but if you're in a really good pattern, your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit, everything functions better when you have really good sleep. As a man of faith, I try to read the word every day that I can, right? Some days are bad, but if I'm in a pattern, I try to read God's word. Spending time with my wife. I have to make time because trust me, my mind and my body with this JavaTwist is just to go. It's to go work, go work, go work. I pull myself back. We go on dates consistently, my wife and I. I say, okay, it's date time. Let's go. We got to go on a date. And everybody goes out to eat or has food. So we've chosen to go eat food, and that's our date time. We are forced to sit in front of each other. So because I have all of this stuff built into, I've had this for years now, sleep and reading my Bible and my time with my wife, it's helped me with the highs and lows of entrepreneurship, because entrepreneurship is like a roller coaster. You're up one day and you're all over the place. Something bad happened and you're way down in the dumps, right? Oh, this is terrible. Something really good happens and you're like, I just climbed Mount Everest, you know? So you're up, you're down. But if you have consistency everywhere else, you're rock star, you're golden.
Right. Okay, so let me ask you this. How did you get credibility so quickly?
Oh, a couple of things with that. So number one, it was through respect of others. People like yourself reach out, send product, try my product for free. I went on to Clubhouse, and I don't know if you remember this, C. I went on to Clubhouse into one of the rooms, and I went in there, and there was probably 50 to 100 people in the room. And I said to everybody on that platform, I said, if you reach out to me and you send me your name and address, I will send you free JavaTwist. I sent literally probably 56 packs for free.
Wow. Yeah, I missed that.
To people around the country. And what it did was, it was not just in my little area here, but people from all across the country. And I don't care if they had 5 followers, it didn't matter to me. It didn't matter if they had 100 followers or if they had 1,000 followers. I sent it to people, and I still do. I still send it to people for free who never had my product. I sent bottles the other day to some guy in New York, and probably 2/3 of them never said anything. They maybe half, I would say half, because most people are pretty thankful and grateful. The other thing that helped me with my credibility was just talking to people, making connections. This is me. This is who I am. This is what I do. And I'll tell you this, we sent our product to a beverage competition this last year. We sent this product right here, the original lemon brew. They wanted all 5 of my products, but this came about just by me talking and making connections. The lemon brew, and entered it into a beverage competition, and it came back. We won 2 awards.
I saw those posts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gold, which from the Proof Awards, which is their like highest mass. It was their mass competition, so blind tasting, and they tried it. They loved it. So you talk about brand recognition and brand awareness and being exactly the way you put it, but having credibility in the marketplace was everything. I can't pinpoint one big thing. I would simply point to a lot of little things, right, along the way. Baby steps that I've taken every single day to get me where I'm at today.
Yeah, because I found out about you through Terry Lynn from Evolving Always. And I know for a fact, that she will not push something that she hasn't used. And when I saw her video, I instantly turned right around because I love coffee. And I ordered a case. I was like, I got to try it. She said it's good. I know it's good, and she had drank it. And then after I had ordered, Rhonda, Pink Diva Studio, had tried it as well. And I was like, oh, God, when is my stuff coming? And again, once I got it and tasted it, I was like, wow. I like all 5 flavors, too.
Yeah, good.
And I know that you have just introduced a 6th flavor.
Yes.
The apple, right? Yeah, I can't wait to try that. Okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing more American than an apple. Yes. Yeah.
Honeycrisp apple coffee. That's a real easy drinker. Go ahead with your next question.
Okay, and this is our last, question. Let me see. Let me make it a good, make this a good one.
Get me for a loop here, huh?
No. Oh, this is a good question.
Ready.
What's your superpower? Because everybody has
one. Jesus.
That cannot be your superpower, but that's a good answer.
All right. If I if I had a superpower, I would say it's connection. I can
If
pretty.
you have a
If,
superpower,
if
it is connection. You connect well.
I think I on pretty much every level. You know, I can connect if I meet you for the first time. I'm not a crazy extrovert type A person, but I am extroverted to the point where I can introduce myself to somebody for the first time. And I feel like I've had a lot of different things in my life that I've done and I've been through and have accomplished and just experienced my life experience. And so I feel like I can find a base to connect with somebody somewhere in there, right? If you just dark room all your life and never really experienced life, it's hard to. But I feel like God has really given me a lot of different things and a lot of different places. But that's what coffee is so great too, right? Coffee is a connection point. It's the most traded commodity in the world, right behind oil. So really, everybody drinks coffee, and not everybody. That's why we made the one non-coffee. But for the most part, everybody loves coffee. So we instantly connect that way. And then it's just, okay, what do you like to drink? How do you like to drink it? How do you do this? How do you do it? And we just talk, and it's just a connection. So that's what I would say my superpower is.
All right. Well, you've made it through the hard time.
Awesome.
Here's the fast, the lightning round, as I like to call it.
All right, I'll pull up
okay. Oh, this is people always laugh, but you're gonna know what this is because some of my guests, they're like, huh? Landline or cell phone?
Cell.
Emojis or not?
Yes. Emoji.
Mountains or beach?
Beach.
To swim or not to swim?
Ooh, tough one. Not to swim.
Okay, wait a minute. Did I count? Is that 5? No.
That was
4, right?
Yeah.
Mountains or beach, swim or not to swim. And look, and one of them is actually coffee or tea. We're not even going to ask that. Emojis and stuff. Oh, okay. So did you like being on Fast 15?
Absolutely.
All right. And that's it. You survived. I want to thank you so much. I have thoroughly enjoyed talking to you and being able to do this interview. Thank you so much for making time for me. Like I said, we've chatted back and forth before, but this has been more special. So I appreciate it. And you guys, I have lime. Oh, I'm drinking lime. Oh, wait a minute. The background, you can't see it. There it is. I am drinking lime right now, and it is absolutely delicious. I can't wait. I know I've got a 6-pack on the way, and I'm gonna have the apple, so I can't wait to try it. Watch my Instagram channel, and because I'll definitely give a video on it. I already know it's gonna be good though, because I haven't gotten one of them that I don't like. So
you drink her, it's go down easy, trust me.
It is. It's really, really good. So Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day, and thank you for being part of Fast 15. I really appreciate it.
Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. Same to you. Take care.